42 seconds. Come on, let's go. What's up? I'm HypeHype. I play games, make games, and everything in between. And today we're gonna be working on my assembly line and all things HypeHype. As we can see, it's kind of working, and this is just a game idea I had and wanted to just bring to fruition. And yeah, I got the finger moving so it can tap and put the objects into the either trash can or this little bucket over here. But as we can see, still got a lot of work to do, and that's okay. So might work on this hype or some other hypes. If you have any suggestions, comments, let me know. So let's go into it. Okay, hold up. Let's turn off the in-game live streaming because I don't know about that speed. So here we have the pipe, no physics. It drops 3 different possible color cubes, red, blue, or green. And you know, this is kind of a no frills, let's get it done. These white cubes, let's take a look at it to see what's going on. Here we got a music player. Okay, that I don't I don't remember putting that there. We got an interval. Now the interval kind of looks like it doesn't even need to be there because there's no time set. You know, usually intervals are used when you want something to wait a couple seconds before happening. How's my sound? Okay, yeah, sound looks good. So I think I set it in there just in case I needed to add an interval, not specifically where the cubes drop here, but in the other areas in this assembly line. And then we got a dude over here who's working on a computer. That was just kind of for fun. So all these 3 cubes are connected to this force, which as we can see is outside the objects and is pointed to the left. Let's take another look. Interval and collision trigger, of course. So this collision trigger is set to gray, and I believe all the cubes are also set to object of gray. Yeah, okay, so well, this one is also blue, gray and red, and gray and green. And let's take a look up here. Move this pipe up. And then these are just spawn nodes that are pointed down. And the object is set to spawn. I notice I sometimes forget to connect. I think these are blue objects or blue. These are action. So action objects. I notice a lot of times I forget to connect these action nodes to the actual object. Sometimes this is because those actions are inside the object, or you know, I'm not exactly sure, but I notice it specifically when I'm using transform and force, and I'll set up some of the mechanics and it just won't work. So keep that in mind whenever you're setting these up. Look to make sure that they are going towards the object so that mistake doesn't happen to you as well. So these are all going here. We have an interval, and this interval is happening every 1.5 seconds. Every 1.5 seconds, a random cube is selected and dropped from the pipe. I might need to change that later because it seems a little bit fast for me, but let's get the whole mechanic working first. Then we got the random and minimum of 0 and maximum of 2. So this is 3 possible outcomes. I always found it interesting. I do 3 like this. I don't know how other people do 3, but this is how I hold 3. So yeah, things that I think are interesting. So we have 0, which is the first random option that could happen from this dice. 1, and then 2. And then it goes into a switch node. Now this is really cool. This is the first time that I'm using this switch. And by first time that I'm using it, I mean that I've picked it out. I'm sure I might have used it when I've copied other objects, nodes, containers from other hypes, which I do all the time. I just copy things and then I put them into my games and cross my fingers, and sometimes it works, and other times I gotta like move things around. But here we can see we got case of 0, case 1, and case 2. So that's 3 cases: red, blue, or green. And this is cool because this works. Yeah, it's cool because it works. And then the objects are dynamic. May need to change the physical material later, but right now let's just leave it at default, because I would say this whole setup of those 3 objects spawning, that took me a couple of hours. And it's weird when you're learning how to use a new system to make things happen. It took me a couple of hours to figure out how to do it, and then it just took me a couple minutes to explain it, and I think I could probably recreate it in a couple of minutes. So that's one of the coolest things about trying to figure out how to make games and do game development within HypeHype using something new all on an iPad is it can take you hours to sometimes hours and days to figure it out, and you'll come across it over and over again, but eventually you'll be able to just know how to put it together. So that's the really cool stuff. And then it comes out, and I had to create a separate force node for these objects going well, I guess everything is kind of going, the way I'm looking at it is going in this direction. So I think the way you see it, it's going in this direction because of the camera is flipped. But beside the point, this is connected to there, and then this is the same thing over here. And I eventually want to have like either a green container, a red container, or a blue container, and I've got them over here, and then that also spawn, and then you just tap the screen to kind of, well, you want the blue ones to go into the blue, and then everything else can just go into this little dumpster trash. But that's where we're at now. And then we can zoom out. This is a kind of like a warehouse. And yeah. I think I used to work in a warehouse a long time ago in another life, and then there was an assembly line, and basically you just sat there for hours watching everything go by. And whenever there was a broken little container tube that wasn't closed, these were diabetic strips, but they basically looked like the stuff you put film in. When one of them wasn't closed, you just had to take it out, close it, and then put it back into this whole, it was like processing thing of the little tubes that just then went down the assembly line. So that's kind of where I got this idea. Just, you know, there's a lot of games out there on the App Store that like kind of like mimic job stuff, but so I thought, you know, build up in the assembly line. Now this whole building or place took me about an hour to make, and that's with the steel beams, selecting these blue desks, and just putting everything into what we see now. And it feels like an hour is a long time, but I think time is relative and all that stuff. So a lot of it is when you go through the asset store, you have to, you know, take a look, see what's available. And right now it's kind of having issues loading. And also, if my internet goes out, I apologize, but it has been acting up today. So yeah, so here's some of the assets, and yeah, there's a lot of assets in HypeHype. So it can take time to figure out exactly what it is you want to build, what you need, and then selecting those assets and putting them into your hype. So right now, I want to mess with the cubes coming down the ramp and kind of being shot over around this assembly line, and see if there's any things that I can do to try to make it better. Yeah, so let's take a look here. We got the force. Now each of these cubes, or maybe I should call them something like assembly line cube. Well, the white cubes, yeah, we don't need the interval, so I'm thinking I might take that out, but the force here, this amount is set to 1, and over here the force amount is set to 3, so it's yo, what's up? 2 players, 1 gamer. 2 players, 1 gamer. How's it going? Oh, what's up, Praise? A long time. No chat. Hope you're doing well. It's making a game, assembly line on HypeHype. How are you? Alright, so I'm gonna take a look at the platform pieces, see if I can't find something that might have more of a turn to it. And for that, I just go into the platform and type search. Oh, so this kind of works. That first one. Oh, and it just loaded some more. Yeah, I would say a good amount of game development is just looking for the right assets. So let's play with that first one that I saw. This one. Been a bit longer since I last saw your streams and videos. Also, the chat is way maybe put in the chat in the corner or something. Yeah, good suggestions. Maybe in the left corner you're thinking. The issue is if it gets onto too much to, oh, you know, I see what you're saying, because the chat is kind of like see-through, and it like with the gray on the gray, it makes it difficult to read. You make good points. Please, let me see if I can. No, that doesn't. I'm curious to see if I can adjust that while in a settings here. Okay, and select this. Okay, I think that did very little. Okay. Oh, actually, that's messing with the chat on my screen that I see. It's not messing with the chat that you see. So what are you using software? Oh, so the software that I am using is called HypeHype. HYPE. It's really cool. It's an app, and you can basically make games on your phone or tablet with no code. So super cool. Yeah. Trying to figure out the chat. Oh, that's the wrong button. Yeah, it's, well, hold on, let's see. I could do, oh, let me grab that chat. Yeah, I think definitely didn't think out this chat process too well. Oh, Restream.io. It is cool because it's free and lets me easily stream to YouTube and Twitch. Chat settings. Yeah, I'll have to mess with the chat later because it seems to, I can only affect it from what I'm seeing, which is okay, but we want to get it better so that somebody watching this can see it. And now I have all these tabs open. Super confusing. Okay. That one might be good. Analytics filtering about log out. Yeah, sorry, praise. I'll try to update the chat on the next stream, but right now I think it's just gonna be difficult to read. Oh, cool. Wondering. Also, yeah, well, the top of my head doesn't need to get cut off, but like, look, see, there's the green screen. Actually, that works. I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of balding, but I am doing better than my twin. He's like super bald. So you win some, you lose some. Okay, oh. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get this bad boy to shoot any of those objects sideways. When I go in here to the logic system, we're gonna grab force, and let's get this arrow pointed in the right direction. And hit this arrow down here, and we want it, I think 130 degrees. Oh, let's move it up. Balding is not something to be ashamed about, as also losing hair over time compared to. Yeah. Oh, I thank you for that. I'm not necessarily ashamed of it. There's a lot I know too. Like the way it works is, because a man, when you lose your hair, it helps create. There's like a more testosterone in the system. There's a whole science behind it. I only notice it because I have to look down, right? I think it's good to be able to like laugh at yourself and funny things, but like I'll be looking down, so with the lights here, it shines. So it's just a fun thing, it is what it is. It's not like, it's natural, but it's good to be able to like laugh at yourself and not take things too seriously. Okay, so let's move this. I'm gonna move it up a little bit, make it invisible. It doesn't need to cast shadows, receive shadows. Physics. Okay, so it does need to be half physics. So we need to make it an unmovable object, but then it only needs to be a sensor. And I think that's how I have these set up as well. Yeah, so they're kinematic. Oh, but they're not. These are actually... So we can just make these sensors as well. And what happens when it's a sensor is... So it's a two-step thing, right? So physical objects are the only objects that can use collision triggers. But because we don't want the cube to actually collide with what I'm creating or with these white blocks, I mean, they can, that's okay, but that's not the goal. We set it as sensor. I mean, these objects themselves are invisible, so you can't even see it. So setting them as a sensor tells HypeHype that, hey, these objects have physics, but they're not going to be doing anything physical, and they're only there to keep track of collision touches and things. Okay, cool. Also at Rated Zero asked what you're making. Oh, hey, what's up, Rated Zero? Thanks, praise. I am making an assembly line to commemorate my first job after college, where I used to work on an assembly line. Here, we can take a look at it. Here we got the green cubes, and then when they come through, oh no, I forgot. I was supposed to push them into again, this is very early. I've only spent a couple of hours on this, and it's not working over there. We're a long ways away to completing this as a game, but yeah. I just thought it'd be cool in assembly line. Like, one thing I like about HypeHype is once you get a bare bones idea of your game and get some actual games done, then you can always go back and make them better. So that's kind of the coolest thing. So here, this object, we're going to select the object itself, click that plus button, and we're going to want a collision trigger. And on collision, I want to see how I set these up. Force on target. So on collision, force on target. So what that means is that any of those objects with that touch, it will move at that 120-degree angle, and it'll just help with these corner spots, which I'm noticing a lot of issues. Wow, that needs to be a feature, like try and sort the colors via accelerated conveyor belt, but only affects the colored blocks. Yeah, definitely. You make good points praising the future, for sure. That's what I want. These are the beginning seeds of that. But right now, we got to get the conveyor belt working. So let's see if this little piece helps transition those objects. And we can take a look right here. See if it goes. I think that helped. Okay, but now when they get, oh, you know what I didn't change? The force amount. So it's at 5. That's way too much. Let's put it at 2. Yeah, you're talking some long-term strategies. I like it. Green goes in slow, but red goes in fast to hop over the basket. I mean, a cool thing that would be able to do is have multiple games that are different parts of the assembly line, right? So like this is one part, this is another part, and yeah. So I'm gonna take this object and let me turn that into a sensor. I'm gonna turn all these into a sensor. Oops. Oh. Why is it grant? Default sensor. Because if they're all sensors, then I think I can lift them up and it will give more space for the cubes. Oh, whoa. I don't want to spin that. This way, when the cube falls down, it'll be like falling into this cube or into the white cube. Whereas before it was just landing on top. And yeah, the difference being here, I mean, we can do we could put the visual on so we can see it. Oh wait, this visual is on. That's weird. Is this visual on? It is. What? Oh, I do have the visual on. Okay, so I'm gonna assume the visual is always on. Do I need a tablet to use this game engine? You do not. You just need a phone. Well, technically, you also need an email address because HypeHype is only on early access, and you have to kind of apply. They let everybody use the engine for the most part. I'm sure I think the biggest reason for not sending an email is people mess up. Oh, look at the assembly place is just a mess. People mess up their email, but you just need to go to hypehype.com, get access. I have links below in this live stream on the YouTube page. I don't think there's one on the Twitch, but you just go in, fill out your name, and then they'll send you a link for your Android or iOS device, depending on what you have. the iPad or tablet is really nice. I actually use my phone and the tablet. So most games are being played in the portrait mode. So you play most games like this, right? But when I'm making a game or making some edits, sometimes I'll just be watching TV, and there'll be not a commercial, but like at the end of the show, and you got like 5 minutes and you don't know what to watch, and I remember I need to edit something. I'll go in and I don't have my tablet with me, so I just go in, move things around on the phone. Yeah, making games on the phone, it's a thing. Ah, man, this place is a mess. Okay, so there we go. Let me move this. I want to move this like this. Delete that one. And let's make sure. Yeah, we want to make these all sensors. That's really big. That way, watch, we can see the cube. Half of it will be in the white cube. See? And we can make that invisible. I can make that. Yeah, you can. I mean, you can make whatever you want. Here, if you want landscape, you can set up. Go to settings, and you just select your primary orientation. And then you got expanded portrait, cut portrait, and then everywhere in the game or in the app, wherever you see these question marks, it will pop up to the wiki page, and they got a lot of great information on there about how to do a lot of good basic stuff, and links to their YouTube page that have simple tutorials on how to do X, Y, and Z. So, oh, and it's all free. Yeah. And the coolest thing is this ability to remix games, where you can literally take a game somebody else has made. Here, let me save this. Guys, praise, you're asking good questions. Also, I imagine this game engine is probably inspired by Roblox. I don't think so. I think there's just a lot of amazing gamers out there, people who just love games, make games. And the company that made this game, they're super famous for like Rumble, like what's like they're real popular because of the games that they have made. So also check out the Discord channel. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, Badland Brawl, Rumble Stars, Rumble Hockey. So these are other games that they've made for players. And I think all these are apps that you can play and download. Like I've used hundreds different game engine methods. Some are Python, Java, C#, C++. Yeah. So there's tons of languages. Tons of companies who, just like Roblox, or Unity or Core or Godot. I mean, there's, just 2021, there's so many ways to make games. And HypeHype is unique because it's called no code, but it's basically all these components. It's all visual components, and they all connect in a multitude of different ways. So it uses a lot of logic systems that you see in code, but it puts it in a visual way. So basically like visual scripting, but very logical. Yeah, here, let me show you one of their games. Like there's me. I'm basically a noob. I'm basically just like slowly learning, slowly but surely. Kind of like what I was doing previously with Buildbox, but now, I mean, HypeHype is just so cool. I'm a big fan. Like here, let me show you. Yeah, look at this. This is a landscape game. Technically a little violent, but this was made by Blue Mint. And you can go in. It's kind of like TikTok for games. Basically, TikTok for games. You can go in. You can like follow him. I follow him. He likes spaghetti and meatballs. I'm a big fan of spaghetti and meatballs as well. Yeah. So this is a game. And there's just a cat. And you're supposed to like. Oh, I wanna. Man, I'm not hitting any of those dudes. I'm gonna get the high score on this. I'm all about the high score. Oh. I love the easier methods like Buildbox and also Game Maker Studio 2 and also HypeHype has potential. I'll try it out and create a simple game. Yeah, exactly. Did you ever try Roblox? I never tried Roblox. I'm super curious. I kind of wish I would have now. Yeah, now some people are amazing at this. Again, I'm still new to HypeHype. I'm still trying to figure out how it does what. But those particles, you can see the smoke particles. We can see kind of like the purple, pink sun in the background. Come on. We got rain. Oh, blew that car up. Got animation. Got a four-eyed dog. All right, I didn't get number one. I got number two. How did Jed get number one? And the great thing about this is if I wanted to recreate this game, you can hit this button over here to the right. I think it's kind of hidden in the chat, so I'm gonna hold on to it. You can see my finger over it. I tried Roblox Studio, but doesn't have simpler method for creating games as I need to know a lot of C#, which is my kryptonite. Okay, good to know that. Yeah, I have not tried Roblox. I am like, that's interesting. I guess I thought that it was simpler. I thought Roblox was simpler, but I guess you gotta know a lot of C#. So in HypeHype, which one of the best things is the ability to remix. When I think remix, I'm thinking like someone on a DJ spinning a record, which is a cool thing. And now we gotta put it into the gaming aspect of it. Is you can go into a game that somebody else already made, and then you can change things around. Oh, where I lost the guy. Right. So if I wanted another character dude. If I wanted another player. Ideally want to pick someone about the similar size. Wait, what's a banana? I like bananas. Bananas have potassium. Okay, and so we got this banana, but now we need to make sure his hat. No, something like this. Right, and now we got a banana dude who's the main character, and obviously you still got to figure out his hat. Get it just right. And wanted to change colors of the environment. Maybe make it something more blue or even red. Actually, orange. I was in California. California's orange these days, like not in a good way. So, cool stuff. I'm also guessing animated is straightforward, right? Animation is straightforward in terms that there's multiple kinds of different animation. There's simple animation, those are super straightforward. There's like rigged animation, and then this is what this character's got. So this is a rigged animation, and you can add like dancing. Let's check it out. So simple animation, super simple. That's just like rotating, spinning, swinging, hovering. Rigged animation, those are the cool ones. Those are walking, jumping, dancing. Let's see if I can't find an example for you. Yeah, this is a good one. So these dudes are dancing. Oh wait, no, they're dancing differently. And there's even animals, so animals walking around. They're also animation like so it's, yeah, no keyframes. I do know keyframes. It's not like keyframes, it's like hold on. Let me see if I can't find. So here, this is my profile. I'm HypeC. You can like and star Hypes, which is really what you want to do when you just get into HypeHype and you play and you start playing, because playing is I call it research. And you play games, you do a lot of research. You want to start liking certain games. And let me see if I can find. They reset all of them recently, so I'm still trying to find the best. There's some good banana dance. Maybe I tapped that. Oh yeah, here we go. So here, all these dudes are dancing, right? They're doing a dance. And they all have here rigged animation. So right now it says stand idle. And then here, when you hit the button, they do the dance called floss. There's multiple different dances, so you can just go and grab different dances. Go to asset, pre-made, and we type in dance. Oh, what? Okay, here we go, dance. And so you can get the wave. And so importing that dance object, like this dude right here, automatically puts this rigged animation of dance wave into this game. So it's stored, so I can delete it. Then I can go to where the button is. So when you hit the button, you can do the dance wave. And then we hit the play. And you can see the hot dog is doing the wave. So in the animation, you can basically just loop it. You can change the speed. and all kinds of things like that. Plus, they even added, canine? They even added a bunch of features for something like this dog. So you can see this dog here has the excited, and it's on to the right column where you can select it. And then the dog is just waving his tail. That's cool, man. I'll probably know more on game dev as I'm now more experienced in learning game dev for about 2.5 years now. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the cool thing about spending time learning how to make games is the more experience you have, you can use all the things that you've learned for what you're trying to do moving forward. Yeah, and I think there's other. But yeah, so that's the basics on movement. It's, you got rigged animation, dancing for like people, just walking, jumping. Yeah. All right, let me go back to that assembly line. And let's take a look. Kind of cool having more options rather than learning a certain language. Yeah, I mean, I think learning languages, the logic on how things work will 100% be helpful in almost any game engine you use, right? So if there's like an array or if then, those kinds of basic foundations are used everywhere. Oh no, why isn't? Why is that not moving? So, I mean, you see the same thing in multiple languages too, right? Like, they all have the same, not all of them. Well, I actually don't know because I don't code, but they all have the same concept, core concepts between multiple different languages. Okay, let's delete this one. Okay, so it seems to get stuck. Oh no. Oh, there it is. Okay, wait, so I can turn these invisible. This seems to be working. It gets over here and then it kind of gets stuck. Would be helpful if I can get a PDF on what command or what value does what, as I don't like doing tutorials if the person who teaches coding languages. Yeah. That's huge. Knowing how you learn things the best is super important. Sometimes you don't get that option and it's more difficult, but knowing that will be helpful so that when you can make that option available for yourself, you can sit down and study. Talking about HypeHype, they have a wiki. I can type stuff here. So the great thing about this, and this is something that Buildbox never had, is they never had good documentation. So right here at wiki.hypehype, they have amazing documentation, like really well. They also have good links to YouTube tutorials and all the stuff. And I think that's what's important, is to have multiple ways to access information, right? Like, you learn well by reading, taking your time, seeing what's going on. Someone else might like to see the example on YouTube over and over again. Another person, likes to see it built one step at a time. Everybody learns in different ways, and knowing what works best for you will only help you forever. So, but for HypeHype, like, I think I like learning from my mistakes. Like, it sounds bad, but I like learning from messing up, trying something over and over again, it not working, and then realizing, oh, I need to do it this way, and then it works, and then I'm like, okay, let me remember that until I forget it and need to remember it again. So that's kind of how I learn. It's not the best, and it's really awkward if you don't know that, but I do know that about myself. So, but I also do everything, right? I watch the YouTube tutorials. I was reading the wiki.hypehype the other day. I was in the car for like an hour, and I just was reading documentation because I know it's going to help me make games better. Let me know if the background music is too much or too little. Too much. Okay, so it gets stuck somewhere over here. Maybe if I make it wider. Oh, I think that's what I need to do. I think that, let's take a look. Okay, so something's messing up at the beginning. Okay, let's go ahead and turn these back on so that we can see them. Let me make sure this is wide enough as well. I think maybe that was an issue. So it just seems like this isn't causing the object to move. Background music, keep it awesome. Yeah, cool, thanks. Never too sure. So yeah, it looks like this is set up. Let me try it without the interval. I think that could, we'll see how that works. We get the force over here. Let's point it in the right direction. Amount of 2. And let's go ahead, get rid of that interval. I guess I'll keep the music. I don't even remember putting that in here, to be honest with you. Okay, let's delete this. On collision. Oh, you know what? Oops. Maybe I want on all collision. No, wait, all collision end. First collision. Okay, so there's on collision start, on collision end, first collision start, all collision end. Also, I have more phones than I needed as I'm collecting old phones now for some reason. Yeah, I mean, you can always sell them on eBay, right? My phone is 2 years old, and I already feel like it's already too old. Like, this is like 2019, back when things were normal. But it's already outdated. Like, I got one of these small cameras. That's not even cool. Yeah, I know Apple has it so you can return phones and get a discount on your new phone. I mean, they make good paperweight. Phones are also good when you travel, go to like places where people steal your stuff more. that's a good time to have extra phones, because then when they get disappeared, it's not that bad. Yeah, I try not to get too many phones. Okay, so let me hit this question mark. Read some of these. On collision start, output value when a collision starts. On collision end, output value when a collision ends. First collision, same as on collision start, but it doesn't trigger when there's another valid collision taking place, so we don't want that. All collisions end, same as on collision end, but only triggers when the last collision is taking place. Okay, yeah, so I think we just want on collision start. And then we select the target. No, I tried selling the phones, but they aren't for sale as my parents spend money on the phones and wish to sell them. Oh, your parents want to sell? Yeah, parents do like to micromanage. Maybe they want the money because they spent the money too. I mean, that's up to them. Okay, come on. See, it's still getting stuck over there. And now it's not moving. Alright. Seems to also get stuck. I wonder, maybe I should use a transform? Oh. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab another platform object and then try that, because right now I'm using those white cubes. Alright, let's try this out. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this one and this one. I think I have 2 here. Oh, make that 3. I think there's some issues because I have multiple cubes connecting that they're misfiring. So having a single one, I want to try that, and I want to try. I think I'm gonna try the force again, actually. Oh, but with this cube, we want it to be unmovable, physical sensor. That's what we want. Here. Take a look, a little bit longer. Yeah. And over here, add a collision trigger. Gray on collision start. Target force. Alright, let's check this out. So look, it does kind of stop at the end. What's up, Frizz? No, sorry, the autocorrect on this phone is annoying and gets on my nerves a bit. But I mean, my parents spend money on the phone and I wish to sell them, but cannot for obvious reasons. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you can turn the autocorrect off. There's a way to do that. I can't remember. I had a similar issue with the autocorrect, and it was like a specific aspect of the autocorrect, but I was able to turn it off, so now I don't even remember what the issue was. That's good. So I'm gonna hit the play again. It looks like it gets stuck at the end. And I don't know why, but for some reason. Here, let me just. It kind of looks like the cubes moved down a little bit. So let me check to make sure these platforms, static, unmovable object. Oh, nope, don't connect anything. Unmovable object. Okay, they don't look like they have anything complicated going on. Oh, I should probably do this. This is messing things up too, because that piece is causing all the gray objects to move with force, and I have these, so it's just getting really confused, and this will help with the confusion for sure. All right, let me take a look again. Yeah. Maybe I need a trigger. It seems to move the object, and then the object stops moving over time. And that could just because, like, instead of just consistently always moving. Execute always, we want that. Maybe maintain velocity. Let's see, maintain velocity. It does seem to work a little bit better. Let me try it without maintain velocity. I do like the way it works. So I'm gonna go ahead and just delete these cubes. Take this one, duplicate it, move it over here, delete that. Come on. And let's stretch this bad boy out, and let's get rid of all these little. Again, when I was first making this, I was just doing it really quick, and I still am kind of doing everything quick. But let me need this. Where's this plug going? Put that. Oh, there we go. Grab that, delete, zoom out, and I'm gonna go ahead and delete these as well. I'm gonna move this one to the side in case I need it as a reference, and now I'm gonna select all these just to make sure that they object group is deselected. Cool. Almost done here. Zoom in. I feel like I'm trying to get this one. Okay, I must have gotten it. Yep. Oh, go. Okay, let's move this back here. I think this was doing a good job. Let's make this a little bit skinnier. A lot more skinnier. Cool. And also I'm gonna duplicate this object, hit this duplicate button down here. And I'm gonna detach this, rotate it like this. Always good to move around in 3 dimensions because something may look like it's in place, but then when you look at it from another angle, it looks whack. Perspective is important in so many aspects. Okay, so let's take this, I'll duplicate this guy. And the cool thing here is when you're moving objects, you can, or when you're trying to rotate objects or nodes, you can just tap the disc and it rotates it like that. Yeah, just like, oh, but we want to go this way. Right, yeah, that way. Collision trigger on start. Target goes that way. Okay, let's save it and test it out. Okay, moving good. Moving good. Okay, it seems to get a little stuck. Still stuck. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, let's go here. Okay, the reason it wasn't moving is because we didn't attach anything to it. That was a test. I actually did that on purpose. Haha. Okay, so let's go here. Select it on this. And we're gonna set this force to 2. Okay, 2. Let's delete this one. This is not doing anything. And let's also collision trigger here. Let's see what the force is on this bad boy. This is 2. So let's test it. Okay, it kind of gets stuck over there. All right, let me restart it. Okay, there it looks. No. It's not. Sub-assembly line. Maybe maintain velocity. Did this one have maintain velocity? No, it has reset velocity. I don't think we want reset velocity. Let's try maintain velocity. Oh. Something weird. Oh, you know what it's doing? It's making it maintain its current velocity of moving down, which then it causes it to jump up. Okay, so let's not do that. And where is, I want to put this back down. Whoa. Okay, so now it's just flying. Did I just add a wrong number? 3. Let's try 1. It's flying. Why is it flying? All right, let's try 0.5. All right, 0.25. It's kind of interesting. I mean, I'm able to almost try 1.5. I mean, it is moving nicely, so don't have anything weird going on here. Let's move this to what, 0.25? And this one to what, 0.25 as well. I think what did we set this one at? Amount of 0.15. Okay, so we got all these off. What is angular? Let's see how it works now. I mean, that's working great, but this one is not. So let's try. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, no, these have similar settings. I'm gonna put this to 1. Looking good. It keeps hit. Now it stops moving. You know what I can do? I can limit the angle directions on these. So let's go to physics, limit angular XYZ. And that'll just keep it as a cube. Yeah, in HypeHype, my username is HypeC. Al Cox, that's just my name. Yeah, I think HypeC's a cool name actually. Oh, look at that, it's staying still. Yeah, it makes me kind of think of like Banksy or any cool name with the Y at the end. And it goes with the whole HypeHype. I think HypeHype has like really great branding and just it makes sense. You know, you have hyper casual games. Yeah, I think there is a referral. If you just type in HypeC, or it's not even that big of a deal. Like, it is cool and appreciated. But what's more important is that they send you an email, which I have no doubt that they will, because they're a really good company. From everything that all the research that I've done, and I've seen a lot of companies in my time. So yeah, they just seem like a cool Finnish company who likes to make games and help other people make games. Oh yeah, cool man. Muchos gracias. Yeah, I think you're gonna enjoy making games on your phone. Also, check out their Discord channel because there's a lot of cool stuff there. But I'm gonna be trying to do these live streams at least 2 to 3 times a week while I'm in Kentucky. So we'll see. I mean, that's the last time I was doing this live stream was when I was here. I'm not here often. I try to be here a couple months out of the year. Family reasons. Where were we? Okay, so it's kind of moving, but it's not moving. What was it? It hit something. You see that? See that? It hit. It's moving. Oh, and then that one doesn't hit anything. Is it just the blue one? Come on, load a blue one. So maybe the different colors have different effects. Here we go. Yeah, look at that. That blue one hit something. Alright, let's take a look at these. I'm missing something. Dynamic default. Let's make this smaller like this. So the green looks good, and the blue hits something. What is the blue hitting? And then the green doesn't even move. You know what I could do? I can just add collision triggers to all of these, right? Why not? Maybe get rid of the gray too. If this solves my issues, I'm gonna be happy. Okay, see, look, the blue still hit something. It's definitely the blue is hitting something. Here we go, we got the blue. It's something randomly. I mean, there's nothing here. It's just this. I'm thinking it's hitting something. Because the fourth object pushes the dude that way. Very confusing. I've been focusing on that too much. Let's get to here. You know what? Maybe I'll try transform. But why? What could be causing the blue object to run into something, but not the other colors? We got a fourth of 2. Fourth of 2. There's a blue. Okay, so that time it didn't hit anything, so that's good. But now they're not moving. Okay. So this one is up here. Let's see if I can do something like this. Nope. What about putting this one back down? Let's up the force. Let's do 8. Why not? Also, here's a good question. What's your favorite build box or HypeHype, as they both pretty similar game engine universe? What is my favorite game engine universe? I would have to say, as of today, is HypeHype. It's a brand new universe, and there's so much going on. It's kind of overwhelming, and I'm still just trying to get the basics down. But it's cool because it's so new. It's so new. It's not like, I think there's only hundreds of people on this, and as someone who likes to make and play games all the time, the potential, like, it can't just be us, right? Like, we can't just be the only few people who like making, and specific to hyper casual games. Like look at this, man. Ooh, did I save it? I saved it. Like, and you know, on the Discord, they have a really cool community of just people who want to help make games. And like I think this game was made by, I've talked to him, a teenager. I don't want to say his age, but like super young, like, and like he was been making games with Fancade. Like, look at this, and there's 8 of them. There's 8 different levels. Like, I'm gonna do, if you come back on Friday. On Friday, I'm just gonna be playing games all day long. Like here, this level, you just have to go collect ducks. I mean, this is, in my humble opinion, this is like the future of games, mobile games. Like, being able to do all this on your phone, mind you. Like, there's a secret hey message. Or I guess you can't jump into the neighbor's yard. Alright, let's find that last duck. Oh, I think I know where the duck is. Oh, it's right up there. There's the duck. Oh. I can do this. Boom. Yeah, there's so many cool games on here. And they're all different varieties. Like, look at this. Oh man, let's redo that. And they're working on multiplayer. They're working on collaborative game development. So you and I wanted to sit down, work on a game together. Like, that's something they're working on. They have product release notes that they go over all the time. You know, it's just cool. It's just cool. And then, you know, you get to make games on your phone. I'll be honest, it does take a lot longer to do things because you're on your phone and you have to like move around. But yeah, I think that's a learning curve. The more you do it, the better you get at it. When you start to do something that you've never done before, like, yeah, you're gonna not know. Ooh, and then they, like, this dude, horror. Like, I think you're a zombie. And you bite these people and you make other zombies. They have game jams, like, sometimes multiple times a month. With cash prizes. Cash prizes for game jams. Never heard of... Well, I mean, I guess they do that all the time. But this is, like, on the internet and, like, everyone's... Also, just to let you know, this is completely off topic. I now have a real job in life as an intro editor for Online Teachers International. Hey man, congrats to you. Make sure you save money and invest it, or I guess everyone's telling you what to do, but congrats on your job, man. Like, I remember my first job was at the newspaper, and they were losing. They fired everybody because they thought that the internet was going to go away. But intro editor for Online Teachers International. Yeah, that's cool, and that's helping people learn. I like it, you know. Yeah, I'm very fortunate because whenever I started working, I always saved. I also spent a lot of money on things that I really didn't need because that's just what you do sometimes, that's fine. But I also saved, and saving money, like, let's say putting it into the stock market, buying Apple stock or whatever. I think, like, I bought Tesla stock when it was at $25. Like, are you kidding me? $25. It's $1,000 now. Like, that was 9 years ago. I mean, it's ridiculous. Oh, whoa, what's going on? So yeah, definitely keep that in mind. Obviously, you need certain things, like fast internet. But money seems to have this thing when you set it aside, you put time on it, and then it just grows to much more than you ever thought. And then you're like, oh, I got all this money. But then if you just keep the money invested, it continues to compound. You basically make money from making money. It's really weird. I mean, it's cool, and I guess that's what super rich people do. But you gotta have money to do that. I don't know. I never had anything growing up. Okay, where are we at? So this isn't working. Why are you not working? Ooh, there you go. Yeah, I had a buddy. He was a crypto millionaire, and he had his buddies. They were all, but super, super. Well, he was. He. I don't want to be mean. He wasn't like shady, but yeah. I hope he's doing well for himself. Hope everybody's doing well. Okay. Collide with this. Shared for glue. No. Maybe I can do on collision end as well. Let's see what that does. Let's see if it does anything. Yeah, it's not moving. Nice. Yeah, take that passive income and invest it. Try to get my mom to invest. I was like, yo, give me. I mean, I guess it's difficult for anybody to give someone else thousands of dollars, but these are weird times, that's for sure. All I know is my investments over the last like 3 years, 2 years. Well, when did like before the pandemic, then after the pandemic, it's just, oh, it's weird. But yeah, having a job, I have 200 megabyte speed, dude. When I was living in Thailand, 200 down, is it up as well? 200 down and 200 up. Speed uploading YouTube videos. I tried to upload like a terabyte the other day and I broke the internet here. And I had to reset the router. The United States and local laws. Okay, I feel like I haven't got much done here and this isn't working. So let me try the transform. Yeah, the one thing I do miss about having a job is talking to other people and coworkers. It takes about 20 minutes to upload an hour of YouTube. That's not bad. I've seen better. I've also seen worse. I've seen like when I was living in Vienna, Europe. Oh, a lot of Europe has bad internet. I don't know how they do it. Like, and I'm thinking more towards like Eastern Europe, but even then, New York City and San Francisco have bad internet. Okay, let's. And by bad, I just mean you know when you've had something better. Set as target. I think that's what I want. I'm gonna do 5. I don't know what's gonna happen here. Let's take a look. Okay, red cube goes. Oh, and it just transports. Okay, so that'd be cool for like teleportation. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another force. See, this explosive force. Yeah, let's just see how this works. Target. And what we got? Yeah, for a long time, 2 years I suffered. Oh, geez. I mean, honestly, if you can get that upload, 8 megabytes, that's not horrible. Like, not horrible is a not horrible way to live. I prefer what you got, the 200. I prefer a gigabyte. I think they have that in certain places in the US, but oh, you know what? I didn't have it on. That's gotta be it. Sometimes I make the silliest mistakes. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's why nothing was. Make sure the component is on. That. Oh, jeez. I'm so frustrated with myself. Now watch. We got the finger moving. Okay, so let's turn down the speed. Okay, was that me just like spending an hour not realizing I didn't have the component turned on? Learn from my mistakes. It's 0.25. Let's take a look. Okay, so still moving super fast, but it's moving, and I might need to change the angle. Okay, so this definitely needs to move a lot slower. And then we can maybe slow these down as well. I'm gonna go ahead and move this bad boy over here so it's easier to see. And okay, let me get the timestamp. What is it, like an hour and 40 minutes for me to realize I didn't have it on? It's cool, no judgments. All right. Okay. I mean, clearly, still a lot to do, but we are heading in the right direction. Okay, so this is definitely too slow. All right, so it loses momentum halfway. Go here, multiply that by 2. Oh no, and it gets stuck over there. Oh, you know what? I can probably, now that we're doing a lot better, maybe I can turn these back off so that we do not need to limit the angles and things will look. I mean, I might want to limit the Y, but and it keeps moving. You see that? Oh, and it looks like the green is not moving. So go here, move out, take a look. Hmm. Okay, so the green gets to the end and then Alright, still a lot of work to do. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna go look at some of the other games I've been working on. Let's see, what else was I working on? Yeah, what do we got? Level 10 here. It's a simple swiping game. Also, I'll be going now. I'll be looking in the background, but see you later, man. Nice to see you still doing game dev on your channel. Yeah, hey, thanks for hanging out, Fritz. It's good to see that you're still also doing game dev stuff. Got a job, making big moves. Yeah, I'll be around. And I'm probably gonna end this live stream maybe 15 minutes. See if I can't get some other stuff done. And yeah, I'll see you around, man. Thanks for hanging out. Good catching up with you. Okay. Let's go in here and make a new level. Step 1, level 11. And where's cube's going to 2 places here. Okay. So this big white cube, I'll be sending you a friend request if you like to chat sometimes. Yeah, man, do that. I'll be around. I'm also on Discord. So let me see. So right now this is at Y -11. I'm just gonna move it down. Undo text change. What? Oh. Yeah. Move this down. I want to see what I have here. Okay. So it looks like I just got these rocks in the way. And we got a random node. And so 4 different possible variables for this cube to end up at. X of -2.5. So oops, let's move that back. I'm just trying to move this in a way to make like a cool looking level. I duplicated 2 extra cubes, so we need to go and add a number here to the value. When this number gets 20, and that number gets tracked each time one of the cube disappears after the player has been on it. So I want that cube there for sure, and this is at x of 1, 2, and z x of 2. So one of them is an x of 1, yeah. So x of 1 and a z of, I want to say -1. Is the x of 1 and a z of, again, I want to say -1, so let's test it. Restart, yeah, okay, so Yeah, we gotta move it around so that this is not impossible. I'm just trying to get a good design that is both challenging well, the design is not complete, so let's try something like this. We got two possible places. Okay, I think this has some potential. Okay, so the biggest issue over here is getting the cubes on the right. And maybe I can do something like this. Yeah, I like this. I'm definitely adding more of these cubes than I want, but if it makes you think a little bit more on how to beat this level, so be it. Okay, so beating this level, you just basically gotta go the long way. Nice. Alright. Go ahead and move that rock back in place. Oh. Save this. Oh crap, that's a horrible screenshot. Move this to the side. Thumbnail. Looking good. Save. Level 11. Publish it as an unlisted, and I'm gonna go add it to the original playlist. Oops. There it is. Where is it? Did I publish it? No. Maybe it's too soon. Okay, I can't seem to find it. Was that it? Nope. Okay, so it's disappeared. That is awkward. There's a totally... Alright, so we got about 5 minutes left. What can I do? I can maybe add. I'm open to suggestions for what to add in this banana maze. Where's the hypes? Just tap and run. Oh, make sure it doesn't fall over. Oh man, totally got knocked out. Add spikes. I could add a moving door. Yeah, let me get into the end. Do that. See, I added this sign here. Oh. I have a lot of hypes here, so I want to look at my unfinished ones. Okay, so I'm working on this level. Oh, that's nice. I actually quite enjoyed that. Okay, so let me just add a couple of more of these type of. I gotta figure out a better color scheme. I don't like the color scheme on here. I mean, I picked the colors, so I like that they pop. I just wish it was more pastel. And speaking about the color scheme, why not? I think I have an app called Coolers. Yeah. Nope. Come on. Ah. Stop. Okay, that app is confusing me. There we go. And let's just grab a couple of these. Maybe put them at the edge. If you get too close to the edge and you touch these guys, game over. Love moving around in 3D. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. I want to add this here, but you have to be careful you're not just flying around. Okay. So, oh man, those cubes are just falling in the background. Hold up. Oh, no, that's just cubes that I apparently have just way up in the air. Yep, look at that. You guys can be deleted. Okay. Just wait for it because once the timer starts, here we go in. Here we go up, slow down. Boom. Cool. Gonna save that. And I didn't get as far as I wanted to in my assembly line, but that's okay because I learned that it's important to make sure you check that the component node you're using, in my case, force, is activated. Like that, I will hopefully forever remember that. So we got the counter moving, it's going. Supposed to fall in that trash bag. Looks like the green ones, the red ones work. They should all be the same. Oh, come on, green. Come on. You can do it. Oh, no, you stopped. Alright. Well, if you've enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, let me know your thoughts, anything I should work on, anything you would like to see. And yeah, I'm going to try to work on making stuff in HypeHype as much as I can because it's cool to just make games on your phone and tablet and stuff like that. So yeah, until next time, stay safe out there. The world is still weird and probably will forever be weird, but hey, human beings are super adaptable, so we'll figure it out. All right, take care. Peace.